of the Winelander Wednesday Roundup. It's so great to see you. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are getting another broadcast this week from the car. Why? Because, well, I guess I just have impeccable timing and availability options when it came to scheduling appointments this week. So, ta-da, we are here. But you know what? Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. We're just going a little mobile today. Hello, Odell. Nice to see you. Thank you for jumping on and hanging out here with me today. I know we are waiting on some more of our friends to come on in, get on the live, and hang out and everything. So I hope you are doing well. I hope you're having a wonderful day. For those of you who might be new to the broadcast and this show, it is a time that we all get together on Wednesdays to just really connect as a community. We just get to sit down. It is nothing but talking, chit-chatting, questions, all that sort of stuff. So if you are new here, please let me know in the comments so we can give you a nice, warm, and proper welcome. And of course, for all my friends who might be watching this on the replay, still let me know if you're new or if you're watching and stuff in the comments as well. Hello, Donald. Hello, Bob. And Odell, that's so nice that it's been in the 60s for you guys. Today, it's still somehow, even though we see it's very overcast, still was 85 today in Arizona. But yet, yesterday it was totally sunny and 85. We're not even supposed to get rain with this. Like, I feel like this is a tease of massive proportions. It was originally forecast with rain, and then I was like, yeah, just kidding. But you know what? For the time being, that's okay, because I have to fly out to South Dakota very early in the morning tomorrow. So the less inclemental weather that we have to deal with, the better it's gonna be. Hello, Texano. Nice to see you. Bradley, thanks for tuning in. David, thank you for the compliment, and thank you for tuning in to today's show. Bradley says it got up to 65 in Indiana. Are we just... And y'all, you can fill me in on this, because I only tour the nation between springtime and early fall. Are we all just having kind of abnormally warm falls this year? Let me know if we're sharing in that experience, because I can't lie. I'm feeling kind of bummed that we're not in comfortable sweater weather yet. You could get away with it here in the morning, and then you're sweating by 10 o'clock. So if you guys are experiencing the abnormally warm fall experience, which is, again, a bummer in November, let me know. But yeah, Odell says my kind of weather is 80s. Honestly, me too. I always joke that if it's 75 degrees and a breeze, it's light jacket weather for me. That could be my inner Arizona desert rat, lizard soul speaking, but I get cold so easily. So yes, I personally am a fan from a comfortability standpoint of 80-degree weather and stuff. However, I have such a strong, unyielding love for winter attire. I love sweaters. I love jackets. I live in the wrong state to have such an intense love of these items of clothing. But with that being said, when it comes time for it to be cool out, I'm like, it can be cool out, because I want to wear all my warm stuff that I never get to wear. So, hello, John. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for tuning in today. And Bradley says for them, it's actually about 20 degrees colder this year than it was last year. Well, listen, that's why we all live in different places. They all do different things, but whew, goodness gracious. It's crazy. We're warm. You guys are cold. I don't know what to do. But David asked a very valid question. He says, I know I've asked this before, but have you ever decided on hoodies? Would love to have one. You know, we really did try to plan for winter merch this year. However, when we went to try to go get everything established and stuff and looked at the shipping times for everything, unfortunately, it just played out to where getting those types of items in, we need to in the future do it earlier, because basically it would have come out to, we would have gotten the hoodies way late in the season. And at that point, how much longer is everybody really going to be able to wear them? So that was kind of a bummer. But the answer is yes. And we did actually actively look into producing winter merchandise and stuff for this year. But for the hoodies and stuff, it just didn't like totally come to fruition, unfortunately. But hopefully maybe for next year and stuff, we can plan some of those things out for you guys. Alexandro, hello, nice to see you. And John, I can always appreciate the regulars who tune into the broadcast and stuff. I love that. Odell says, I was born in Sunny Slope and I've lived there until I was 7 years old. Yeah, hey, we all come from so many different places and stuff. I know I run into so many people who just transplanted all over the place. And it's so cool, just all the different people and stuff you can run into, especially living in Phoenix this time of year. I always say to my Midwesterner friends who I see in the summertime when we're out on tour, I can't wait to see you in Arizona for the winter, because everybody and their brother comes down here. There's one particular venue that we play up in Minnesota. That's Raleigh's Rednecks and Longnecks. That's in the Sauk Rapids, St. Cloud, Minnesota area. And literally from the people who own the venue to the attendees and stuff, there's so many people who I talked to and had met by doing shows up there that were like, yeah, we love Arizona. We go down there for the winter time and we have like our little winter vacation house and stuff like that down there. And I'm like, oh, so then you know exactly what I'm talking about all the time, because basically you live here for half the year. Crazy. But it's always so good to like see people, and I always think it's fun, and I don't know about y'all, but I think it's always fun to meet people in places who know where you're from and have lived where you're from, and meet them in places not where you're from. You know what I mean? So like going to Minnesota and meeting people who live in Arizona part-time, super cool. Going to South Dakota like we did this year, and playing at a venue where everybody in the audience was contracted workers from Arizona, I thought was really great. So all those little experiences, and you just kind of like sprinkle them about, are really cool. And let's see. Oh, Bradley says, sorry, that was a typo error. It was at least 20 to 25 degrees cooler last year than this time this year. Okay, so we're all just kind of baking a little bit is actually the moral of the story. So thank you for clarifying that for me. I don't feel so bad now about the fact that it was 85 today. So yeah, the snowbirds are on their way. Everybody in Minnesota was like, yep, at the end of September, we're going to go down and we'll be in Arizona for the rest of the time. So it's just the lovely cycle of life. But honestly, like I said, I've been up that way around this time. My first time ever doing that was last year. And whew, the cold, the amount of snow I saw, I don't blame you guys. I really don't, because you know, I'm one of those people, like I said, this could be my desert rat speaking, but I love to go visit the snow. Like we can drive 2 hours up to Flagstaff if it ever rains, you know, the snow eventually comes, and go visit it, and then drive 2 hours back and we're in the valley. And then, yeah, and then that's it. But y'all have to live in it and shovel it, and I just don't think that's as fun. So maybe you guys have different opinions, but that's my view on it. Mike says, hello, Ashley. I love your music and your videos. Well, thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed the music, and I'm also very glad that you are enjoying the videos. It's been fun to get back on the YouTube game and get all that stuff up and rolling. I have a really fun video for you guys coming, not this week, but next week. I will be vlogging my trip to South Dakota this weekend. I fly out tomorrow morning, so that'll be a lot of fun. But I'm going to take you guys on that trip with me, trying to kind of show you the behind the scenes of all of that, and basically what it is, partially anyway, that we do in the off season to prep for tour for 2024. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. Considering that it's warmer, it should not be too bad. I say that now in South Dakota. So, hey, anybody from South Dakota, can you give me an update on what to expect out there? The forecast is telling me one thing, but and John says, how come you are in the car? Are you going somewhere this evening? Well, no, I'm actually heading home. However, I will say that I had only a very limited window to have an appointment, and it was right before this, because why not? You know, that's just how it works. So I figured, hey, we'll just have another broadcast where I go live from my car. If you guys tuned into my TikTok live this past Tuesday or yesterday, you would know that I also had to do this from my car because that was because I came out late from a writing session. But you know what? We're just getting some quality time in vehicles that I figured today it wouldn't have been so bad, because this whole broadcast is all about just talking and having fun. So yeah, it works out. Jim, okay, I can appreciate some merchandise recommendations, some hats with Velcro straps and no mesh on the back. I'll have to look into that. I gotta tell you, give you a little insight knowledge when it comes to purchasing merchandise. Unfortunately, we have to do it all online. So if I get product samples, it takes some time for it to come through. But there's so many different styles of hats, and some of them I can't, like this has an embroidered design on it. I prefer to have embroidered designs on my hats. There's some hats you can't necessarily do that with, especially with certain designs and logos. So it's always such a fun challenge to go through all the different hats, kind of go, okay, well, which one's gonna work with this design? Which one has it in the color I want? Do not get me started on the frustration of trying to find a good hat in a specific color. I'm looking at you. I'm gonna ride hats. Holy cow, it is so hard to find really good, well-made hats in certain colors. Regardless, I do take your guys' preferences, recommendations, and stuff like that for merchandise and anything else, really, YouTube ideas, all that sort of stuff, very seriously. So if you have any opinions or things that you would love to see from me and the team in the future, please feel free to throw them in the comments. They're always greatly appreciated, and I do take note of every single one that you guys throw my way. Bradley says, how many tours have you done? If it wasn't for the I wouldn't be able to see your live stream. Oh, you know what? I'm glad, Bradley, that you do have 5G on your phone, so you can watch this live stream without it being really choppy. To answer your question, how many tours have I done? I have done approximately 6 tours. Obviously, because of the fact that 2020 was a wonky year for everybody, that was the only year since 2016 that I didn't tour. So yeah, 6 tours total under the belt. The most recent one that we did this past year was our Rolling On tour, but we also had like the Simple Life tour. We did an acoustic tour back in 2019. That was a lot of fun. Just so many. And of course, we're always looking forward to doing more. So far, we are well on our way to having a very nice schedule for you guys in 2024. What will that tour be called? We don't know yet, but if you have recommendations and ideas, like I said, throw them in the comments. It doesn't hurt. You never know. Maybe you'll be right on the nose with something in our books and all that sort of good stuff. Zonafon says, wish you would come to New England sometime. Washington County Fair in Rhode Island. Totally country. Love your voice. Thank you. I would love to make it out to you guys, and do not think for a single second that I'm not actively working on trying to come out that way. I have been saying this in the last few broadcasts, and I will continue to say it. If you get to your point, a particular fair or area, one of the best ways you can help us get out to you is by going on events or venues or on their See Ashley Wineland on your lineup for the coming year. And honestly, it does help. We've had multiple venues reach out to us recently and in years past because people have reached make a difference. If you want to help bridge that gap between where we're currently touring and where you are at so we can come and tour and see you. That's one of the best ways to go help. Let's see. John says, will you be going live for a little bit this Friday evening at your event, or is it a private event? It is private, so I will not be live streaming on Friday. So just know, for my peeps out here who watch the Facebook Friday Live, that is not happening this week due to the fact that I will be working and there's a lot of stuff going on, and that is a private event, so I will not be live streaming from that either. However, you could go live. So no Facebook Friday Live. However, next week, which I feel weird every time I have to say this, next week is our Black Friday broadcast. But it also means that next Friday is the first Friday for the month of December. I know it's technically not December, but I count it as the start of the first of the Facebook Lives that are including Christmas music. So I know we're here on YouTube, and this is for the musical-based broadcast, so Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. If there are any holiday songs that you would love to hear this season, please let me know. I already have a list in my mind of the ones that I personally want to do. I definitely have a list of the ones that even throughout the year, you guys constantly comment that you love them and can't wait to hear them, i.e. Mary Did You Know, Hard Candy Christmas, which bangers. You guys have great taste. But if you have any others that you would love to hear this holiday season, please throw it down in the comments. I'm making my list, so if you want to make sure that it ends up on there, drop it low. Let's see. Jim, what about AW shirt and an extra large? So for the merchandise that needs to be restocked, I currently do not have a launch date for any restocked items. We are currently in a design process right now for merchandise, just to kind of fill you in a little bit as to why there's a gap in some items and when they're coming back. So we are doing plans for a bunch of new merchandise items as well as what we're going to be restocking. So we kind of have merchandise reorders on a pause until we know what else we're adding as new pieces to the collections. So there's very limited sizes in a lot of the shirts. Like you guys the other day, the mediums and the I'm Gonna Ride shirts, those are all sold out now. I think I still have a couple mediums and smalls in the rolling on shirts. You guys went through those really fast. So there's still some available. There's still other sizes in shirts. Like I have Drive Me to Drinks, I think, in all of my sizes. I do have a lot of logo shirts. The extra larges I know we sold out of, but in some of the other sizes I know they're still available. There's a couple other shirts that I have a little bit more variety of sizes in. But of course, like I said, because we are in a recouping, replanning phase for some new merchandise pieces to come out, the gap between that is just, it's a little awkward right now. But we will be restocking some items. We will be introducing new items to the merchandise collections as well. So just keep your eye out and we'll make it happen. So I see you guys are leaving down your holiday recommendations as well. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. It takes a lot of preparation to get all the holiday stuff up and rolling. And of course, for those of you who are also new, maybe you haven't been around the block in a second, one of the fun things that I do is the Friday before Christmas is our special holiday extravaganza broadcast. So that is a broadcast that is all Christmas music. It's all special. I give you guys a little tour of the house because we truly deck the halls every single year. We just kind of kumbaya and have ourselves a good time to kick off that holiday weekend. So especially because it's going to be so close with Christmas Eve being on Sunday this year, it's really going to be nice and snug right up to the holiday season. So it's going to be a real nice launch into that holiday weekend. So mark your calendars for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's something I know I look forward to every year. You guys always look forward to it. So yeah, the holiday broadcasts are going to be starting come Black Friday, albeit for the month of December. apart from, like I said, the Christmas extravaganza broadcast, it's not just like all holiday music all month long. Those broadcasts will be our regular programming, so original music, some covers you love, and then we'll sprinkle in some of the holiday magic in there just to give you the taste of it without totally flooding you with it. So we kind of sprinkle that in, and then, like I said, the big Christmas bonanza show is going to be that final Facebook Friday Live before Christmas, which would be the 22nd. Yes, I did my calendar math right. The 22nd of December. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I really look forward to hosting that broadcast with you guys. We're going to have a blast. But yeah, let's see. Is there anything else that I can think to touch on right now? We went through that. Honestly, I think we covered the basis. So unless you guys have any other questions and stuff, I have hit all of my little update notices for this week. As always, for those of you who might ask, it's always a grind for new music and all that sort of stuff. We are diligently working behind the scenes to get all that ready for you guys, so come the new year you can have some brand new projects to listen to. And that's all going well, so we're really excited about that. And of course, as we get closer to being able to actually publicly share more information with you about it, trust me, you're not going to get me to shut up about it. It's going to be awesome. But yes, John, December 22nd will be the Christmas Facebook Friday Live, and that will also include not just all holiday music, but also the tour of the house and just all the extra little holiday sprinkles that we send in there. Let's see. Jim says my 2 last videos I watched before I came on here was the Hicktown medley. I love to do that song live, and I'm glad that you enjoy watching it. That was one that we came up with a couple years ago, actually, and it's always really fun to do. For those of you guys who might not know what we're talking about, I have a video posted up here on YouTube that's a little bit on the older side, but it's a medley of us combining Hicktown by Jason Aldean with TNT by AC/DC. Super fun mix. We always have a great time with that. David said, who's chauffeuring you around today? Miss Kim. Miss Kim's chauffeuring me around because I knew I was going to have to go live. And listen, I prioritize my safety. I am a big advocate of safe driving. So I kindly asked if she would accompany me because I knew, based off of when my appointment was and when we were going to have to go live, that it was not going to work. I was not going to do the whole tripod setup, try to drive and pay attention to what's going on here. I can't read and do that at the same time. Woo! Let's not even go there. So, yes, I have somebody driving me. I'm being very safe. And it's a good time. And it should work out because with traffic being the way it is, we can carpool in the HOV lane. Environmentally friendly. We love it. Oh, goodness. But yeah, anyway, so that's all the updates that I have for today. Like I said, we fly out to South Dakota tomorrow, which is going to be really fun. Like I said, I'm going to be vlogging that whole experience, so keep your eye out next week here on YouTube for that video to go live. I am really looking forward to it. It's been a second since we've done a proper vlog, so I'm really looking forward to it. I know you guys have missed him because I've seen the comments of you guys asking me when they were coming back, so we're going to start sprinkling them throughout. So I hope you enjoy them. Thank you so much for tuning in here with me today. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week. You stay nice and safe, and we will come back here for some more holiday magic next week.